what you want, you fight for it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that that's what gave me strength. I fight for every role. I fight for every blessing. I fight, and I'm willing to do the work, and I fight because I haven't really had many people here to fight for me.
After months, what does it feel like when an industry fills your ears with big promises but gives you almost nothing in return? When fame finds you before you even finish high school, yet every step afterward feels heavier than the last? When the people who should be lifting you up end up slowing you down instead? That's the kind of path Teyana Taylor had to walk. Her life shows how someone with rare talent can still be pushed aside, misunderstood, and underestimated, yet still find a way to rise on her own strength. Teyana Taylor has never been someone meant to stay hidden. She refused to be the quiet talent behind someone else's spotlight. Her success isn't about getting back at the people who doubted her. It's about becoming the best version of herself, no matter who tried to hold her back. From Harlem sidewalks to global stages, from viral dance clips to hit records, from heartbreak to rebuilding her name, she proved that talent alone doesn't take you far. What truly matters is the drive to keep going, the confidence to trust your own ideas, and the courage to stop accepting less than you deserve.
You didn't see me, when you didn't hear me, you didn't protect me, you just kind of just like fed me to the wolves type shit without even probably even knowing, you know what I'm saying? And those were, you know, some of those conversations still need to be had.
Born on December 10th, 1990, in Harlem, New York, Teyana grew up in a place full of style, sound, and attitude. Harlem shaped her personality, her creativity, and her fire. Even as a child, she walked with the confidence of someone who knew she had a place in the spotlight. She was dancing before she understood what the word career even meant. She was performing for anyone who would watch. Fame wasn't some faraway dream for her. It felt like something she had been preparing for since birth. By 15, while other kids were focused on classroom drama or weekend hangouts, Teyana was signing her first record deal with Pharrell Williams' Star Trek Entertainment in 2005. Stepping into the studio gave her a rush. It was where she tested herself, challenged herself, and learned how the industry worked. In 2006, she appeared on MTV's My Super Sweet 16, but she didn't act like just another teenager showing off a party. She carried herself like the girl everyone in Harlem knew. Talented, original, and impossible to ignore. Just a year later, at 16, she marked a huge moment in her career with a $100,000 Range Rover. It wasn't just an expensive gift, it was proof that doors were opening. She was building something real. In 2007, she added another milestone, choreographing Beyoncé's Ring the Alarm. A teenager guiding one of the biggest stars on the planet says everything about her skill. Teyana didn't just dance, she created movements that others followed. But even with early accomplishments, the path ahead wasn't smooth. The industry has a reputation for lifting people up and pulling them down just as fast. The excitement was there, but the execution wasn't. Despite her talent, Teyana soon discovered that big opportunities don't always come with clear outcomes. Her story was just getting started, and the challenges she would face next were going to shape her into the strong, determined artist she would later become. Right when her future seemed ready to take off, the music world started throwing barriers in her way. Her debut album faced delay after delay. Promises were made, but nothing materialized. Meetings ended with empty explanations, and while other artists were dropping new tracks and making waves, Teyana found herself stuck in one place. People in boardrooms didn't know how to handle someone who could sing, write, act, choreograph, and command attention all at once. To stay visible, she didn't slow down. She joined spin-offs of My Super Sweet 16, took modeling opportunities, and continued working as a choreographer. Every job, no matter how small, kept her name in the conversation. In 2009, she got signed by Kanye West's Good Music. It felt like another major turning point, but the wait continued. Between 2010 and 2012, while the label pushed out new artists and new projects, her music remained on pause. Rumors started spreading. Some said she was hard to work with, others said her moment had passed. None of it was true. The issue wasn't her. The issue was an industry that didn't know how to support someone with her range.
So we're all fighting a battle, we're all fighting demons. That's why I said it's about who is being defeated versus who is defeating. I defeat them. I'm not playing with y'all. You feel what I'm saying? Because my God is strong.
Still, she pushed forward. She appeared on screens, worked behind the scenes, and made sure people didn't forget what she could do. Everything she touched reminded the world she wasn't going anywhere. Even without new music, she stayed present. Then came the moment that changed how people saw her forever. Everything shifted with her appearance in Kanye West's Fade music video in 2016. Teyana didn't just perform, she dominated every second. Her movements were sharp, controlled, and full of emotion. She danced in a way that told a story without speaking. When the video premiered at the MTV VMAs, it exploded online. She earned a nomination for Best Choreography and gained worldwide attention. Her performance became a cultural moment. Over 100 million views later, the video still leaves people stunned. Her appearance in Fade was more than a dance routine. It was a message. It reminded everyone that she was not someone that fame could bury. She was someone who created unforgettable moments. And with the world finally paying attention again, the music she had waited years to share was finally ready to be released. Her debut album 7 dropped in June 2014, arriving 7 years after her first record deal. The project blended classic R&B with personal lyrics and a sound that didn't chase trends. It debuted at #1 on the Billboard Top R&B Hip Hop Albums chart. Listeners connected with her honesty and the warmth in her voice. After years of delays, she finally released music that reflected her ideas instead of someone else's plan. During this period, her personal life was full of major changes. On September 1st, 2013, she gave birth to her first daughter, Junie, in a dramatic at-home delivery, where her partner, NBA player Iman Shumpert, helped bring their baby into the world. Their story captured the internet and showed the deep bond between them. In 2016, the couple quietly married, keeping the focus on their relationship instead of the spotlight. In 2020, they welcomed their second daughter, Rue Rose, completing a warm, joyful family. Professionally, she kept pushing. In 2018, she released KTSE as part of Kanye West's Wyoming sessions, but the album's release became complicated. Teyana revealed that the final version dropped without her approval and was missing pieces she considered important. Her honesty exposed another issue many artists face, losing creative control even after years in the industry. That's why 2020's The Album meant so much. It marked her independence. Featuring artists like Lauryn Hill, Missy Elliott, Rick Ross, Future, and Erykah Badu, the project reflected her voice in every detail. It showed her growth not just as a musician, but as a storyteller shaping her own path. As her career continued to grow, personal issues slowly started building behind the scenes. While her social media showed a picture-perfect home, her marriage was becoming harder to hold together. What once looked strong from the outside was now under pressure. Both she and Iman were juggling demanding careers, raising 2 young daughters, and trying to keep up with the expectations that come with being a public couple. It was a mix that would challenge anyone, even those who seemed to have everything. Things took a turn when Iman filed for divorce in Georgia in January 2023, saying they had been separated since November 2022. The news came as a shock to fans who had followed their story for years. People remembered their unexpected bathroom delivery, their family videos, and the way they always seemed to move in sync. Soon after, Teyana filed her own response in Los Angeles, and what followed exposed the struggles they had kept out of view. Court filings revealed disagreements about money, time spent away from home, and conflicts that had slowly eroded their marriage. Teyana asked for primary custody, saying that Iman often put his own goals first and left her carrying most of the load at home. She accused him of behavior that made it harder for her to advance in her career. In return, Iman claimed she was pushing him out of their daughters' lives. The situation played out across gossip sites and social media. Stories about possible affairs surfaced in late 2023, while Teyana mostly avoided public arguments. Instead, she posted messages hinting that she had been hurt but was working to protect her peace. Even though Iman had earned millions during his NBA years, Teyana had become the main provider in their household, supporting her daughters through her work in music, acting, directing, and brand partnerships. Their split became more than just headlines. It became a reminder that fame doesn't protect anyone from real-life problems. Their relationship had been celebrated for years, but even relationships that look perfect online can hide painful truths. While the divorce continued, a new part of her life quietly began. Early in 2025, she was seen spending time with British actor Aaron Pierre, known for his roles in The Underground Railroad and Rebel Ridge. This connection was different from what she had experienced before. It was quiet, respectful, and not built around public attention. By June, their relationship was confirmed, and people close to her noticed a visible shift. She looked calmer, more confident, and more at ease. Aaron supported her work and welcomed her daughters with kindness, something that made their bond feel steady and healthy. Meanwhile, Teyana made a major decision in her career. In December 2020, she walked away from music at only 30 years old. Years of dealing with underpromotion, fighting for the respect she had earned, and constantly being held back by label politics had left her drained. She said she had nothing left to prove to anyone but herself. Her retirement wasn't a sign of giving up. It was a choice to reclaim her time and energy. Her next step was acting, and it turned out to be a turning point. She began taking roles that pushed her beyond what people expected from her. Acting offered the freedom she had been searching for in music. Instead of dealing with executives who didn't value her voice, she could shape her work on her own terms. This wasn't running away from the music world, it was building a new path with intention. Her acting career quickly took off. In 2021, she appeared in Coming Sounds America, sharing scenes with legendary comedic actors and proving she had a natural presence on screen. But her real breakthrough came in 2023 with the independent drama 1001, which premiered at Sundance. She played a mother named Inez who takes her foster son and raises him as her own in 1990s New York. The role demanded everything: emotion, grit, and vulnerability. Critics were stunned. People who only knew her as a singer and dancer were introduced to a completely different side of her talent. She continued to pick smart projects. In 2024, she joined The Book of Clarence, a comedy drama with a biblical twist starring Lakeith Stanfield. The role was another sign that she was carefully shaping a long-lasting film career. Outside of acting, she grew as a director, working on videos for Chloe Bailey, Janelle Monáe, and others. She launched a production company called Aunties, which highlighted stories centered on Black women. She also stepped deeper into producing, making sure she had full control over the stories she told. Even though she had stepped away from the music industry, she returned to the stage in 2024 for a joint tour with Jeremy. This time, she performed without the pressure of labels or executives hovering over her. She was doing it purely for herself and for her fans. Her work now spans music, film, directing, and production, all guided by her own creative freedom. Through every rise and fall, Teyana Taylor has stayed true to herself. Her journey isn't just about viral clips or glowing achievements, it's about standing firm when the world tries to push you off balance. She has spoken openly about the unfair treatment she faced as a Black woman in the music industry, the pressure to appear perfect after childbirth, and the emotional toll of a divorce watched by millions. She turned her personal challenges into lessons that others could learn from. Her impact extends far beyond entertainment. Through her production company, she is opening doors for young creators from Harlem and communities that often get overlooked. She is teaching her daughters, Junie and Rue, to be brave, independent, and confident in who they are. With an estimated net worth of around $5 million, she has proven that success isn't measured by how others compare you or how loudly the world praises you. It's measured by how much control you have over your life, how honestly you can live, and how you build your future without letting anyone limit you. Teyana Taylor's story is one of choosing strength over approval, growth over comfort, and freedom over expectations. From her Harlem roots to international recognition, from heartbreak to personal renewal, she has shown what it means to reclaim your story no matter what life throws at you. Her journey reminds us that the most important victories aren't always public. Sometimes the biggest win is learning how to rise quietly and confidently, even when the world expects you to fall. She didn't just make it through the industry, she changed the way she moved within it, and in doing so, created a roadmap for anyone who wants to build a life led by self-respect and purpose.